Hello and welcome back to my channel, Woke Witch Tarot. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. For today's reading, I thought it would be fun, since it's the new year, to do something a little different, extend the Christmas holiday a little bit, and do a pick a gift. The theme of today's reading is going to be what gifts or blessings the universe has for you in 2020. As always, these are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. If you would like a personal reading, please feel free to reach out to me on my website. You can find the link to my website down below. With that said, here are the gifts to pick from. Gift 1, Gift 2, Gift 3, and Gift 4. Feel free to pick whichever one you'd like, and then fast forward to the chapter times that I have provided on the left. Okay, if you have picked gift number 1, then this is your reading for what gifts and blessings the universe has for you for the year of 2020. Let's get started. Gift number 1. If you have felt like you were not as courageous or as brave as you could have been this year, that was for a reason. It was not time for change back then. You weren't ready for it then. The time is right now. The year is right now. It is now time, moving into 2020, for you to accept your fate and to move bravely into the future. The stars have aligned for this moment for you right now. And I keep hearing that even if you had changed back then, you wouldn't have known what to do with that change until now. For the things you didn't do in the past, there was a reason for that. What are you moving towards? You are moving towards transformation. You could be a Scorpio. You could have a Scorpio in your life. You are moving towards change. That could be eating healthier. That could be getting more in touch with your intuition, uncovering things that are a secret in your life. You could physically be transforming yourself, getting a glow up on. You are fated to change, and you have the courage in 2020 in order to make that change happen. 2020 is the year that the universe blesses you with the courage to bravely make the fated changes that you were meant to make in order to transform, or that you've been neglecting, or that you've been ignoring or in denial about, protecting yourself from acknowledging. You've pulled the peacock, which is interesting, because when we look at transformation in the peacock, this to me usually speaks of a change that you make that people can see, that makes you so confident, whatever it is that is lowering your confidence. If you don't feel intellectual enough, if you don't feel like your body is where you want it to be, spiritually you don't feel aligned, you want to get your monetary abundance up, you want to take better care of your family. Whatever that transformation is, when you bravely accept that it is fate for you to do this in 2020 and you transform, you are going to be feeling good, smelling good. You are going to be feeling yourself. This is the card of the peacock. You are not just... People can see the transformation on you. That's how deeply it has affected you. Again, maybe it's something as simple as getting your hair dyed or changing your haircut, but whatever it is, people are going to notice it. And you will be feeling much more confident in 2020. And that might be one of the reasons why you're so bravely moving towards your transformation, because it's such a deep change that people can notice it. You feel so much different. You're flexing a little bit, and that gives you momentum to continue to change. Now you've pulled the card of the braid. So again, this could be a physical transformation like a haircut, dyeing your hair. Clearly there's a braid in this woman's hand. I also get the image here that this change has been a long time coming, and the universe has woven this specifically for you, tied a bow on it like a gift. I get the impression That this certainly could be about appearance, going on a diet, moving to veganism, changing the way that you take care of yourself, because you understand that how you treat your body shows the world how much respect that you have for yourself. So maybe you're gaining that respect with this peacock card here, and then changing your body to suit the way that you feel inside now, loving yourself a lot more, moving into self-care rituals. There's something a lot deeper here to me with the braid though, and that is the idea of something that has grown so long that it is dead. Something that needs to be cut because it no longer serves a purpose. Look at your pattern in relationships. So this change is a long time coming. It has grown out. It is dead. It is just follicle with split ends that is ready to be cut. And this bow at the end to me signifies the tying of something, the binding of something. You are bound to this dead weight, if you will, to things that have grown too long to have a purpose, something that needs to be severed, because although it's beautiful, although you've taken all this time to weave it into this beautiful braid, it is binding you. And it is time to let these split ends go. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need change, that you need to change things about your behavior. I very much get this sense of self-love here. Boosting your confidence, again, not to beat a dead horse, but taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, but also mentally and spiritually blocking out the things that no longer work for you. And the universe is giving you the strength here in the year of 2020 to make that happen, to modify behavior so that you get results, because you can't get results doing the same thing over and over again that isn't working. Maybe you haven't been kind to yourself in 2019, and you're finally doing that. Maybe you're taking a moment for introspection, because if you look at the way that she is positioned here on this card, she very much is in this delicate pose of introspection. So you're nurturing yourself emotionally, where you might have been a little bit rough or harsh on yourself emotionally in 2019. The universe is telling you that you are enough here, that you are more than enough. You are love, you are flow, you are the universe. You should treat yourself like you are that thing. So you are learning to look at yourself and embracing the angelic features of yourself. And you are transforming to meet the image that you see reflecting back to you. And that could be that deep change of the peacock, why you've got your feathers out, why you're strutting your stuff, because you know you are these varied colors of the rainbow. You know you are this beautiful creation. This transformation could also have to do with a relationship. Perhaps you've learned that it is time to be brave enough to leave a relationship, and you are cutting this braid off, this connection off. This thing that feels so close to you that it feels like it's grown out of your own body. Okay, so you could be cutting to make room for new love. So that's nice. Gift number 1, new love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work or spiritual growth. So very much in line with the card of transformation, of fate, and of bravery. Maybe you're moving towards somebody that you think is a soulmate, cutting out an old relationship, transforming the habits and the behaviors that you have in old relationships, because you understand the way that I have been loved, the way that I have participated in my relationships, that's not working for me anymore. So it's time to transform. It's time to change. It's time to cut old ties, whether it's a way of loving, who you're loving, or how it is that you expect to be loved in return for what you give in your relationships. You are ready to make that transformation. I get this idea, too, that I keep hearing not settling for scraps. Not settling for scraps. So you know your worth here. You are the peacock, and you're not willing. You're cutting out anybody that isn't going to give you their all. So perhaps all these changes could be happening because you do have a new love that has stirred your romantic interests, and that makes you want to take better care of yourself. This person could be kind of the boon of that change, that tingling in your chest and in your tummy that makes you giddy about somebody that you've just met, that makes you want to transform. Of course, we don't have to change for people to love us, but maybe as somebody loves you, you learn to love things about yourself more. So detox, cleansing and restoring yourself. So again, not to beat a dead horse, but this could be diet related. You could go on a juice cleanse, a water cleanse, cleansing out bad habits like smoking, drinking, even things like negative thoughts, spiritual beliefs that you held that are no longer working for you. From the way that these cards have come out, it's not just a physical change, it's a spiritual change, because detoxes are known to be like spiritual cleanses. Digital detoxes can do like deep spiritual changes, but also physical as well. You're purging your habits, the media that you consume, the relationships that you consume, the friendships that you consume, anything that we put inside of ourselves, physical or emotional or mental, you are transforming that. Perhaps you're taking the initiative to reorganize your home. Getting clutter out of your house, things that have been cluttering your mind with this picture frame, things that are related to the home that are giving you anxiety, and that's what you're transforming. You could be even clearing out a bedroom door, for example, for a new love, making a space in your home for them. Love the darkness. Oh, I love this card. When we talk about transformation, this is one of the things that I love the most about the tarot. Transformation in the tarot is not framed as an easy ride. It's not unicorns and rainbows. There are towers. There are deaths. There are 10 swords, 10 wands on your back. Change is sometimes difficult. It cuts, it wounds, it lays heavy burdens on us. It causes us to jump out of towers, and if it weren't, then we would change all the time. And you're learning that there might be darkness in change. There might be rough spots. It's not going to be easy to join a gym if you're self-conscious about going to the gym. It's not going to be easy to cut out bad foods that comfort you emotionally if you're trying to eat better. It's not going to be easy to let a relationship go if it's no longer serving you, especially if you're in a higher level of commitment, or you share finances or a home, or there might be children involved. There is darkness in change, but you're learning to love the darkness in 2020. That is a gift that the universe is giving you. You will not only embrace the darkness, you will use the darkness as a method to move forward. This woman sits on this bird, and she lets this dark bird take her to her next destination. So all of the things that scare you, you will use them to actually move you forward in 2020. You're riding the wave of darkness. I also see here that the things that you find within yourself that you think are dark, you're coming into unison with those things, thinking to yourself, maybe I could be kinder, maybe I could change X, Y, and Z about myself. Even though you want to change those things, you are reaching a place in 2020 where you are loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, for where you're starting, and then you're adding changes to make those things better. Even though you're not where you might want to be, as far as transformation goes, and you're still on step 1 of the journey, you will have enough self-love in 2020. You will love the darkest parts of yourself, even though you want to change them and make them better. Through the process, you will still love yourself. You will make this is how you'll make long-lasting change. If you look in the mirror at yourself and you say negative things about yourself every day, it's going to be harder to make change. If you say, I love myself and I'm doing these things because I love myself, it is easier for you to reach your goals. So you're loving the darkness, you're loving the good things and the bad, and you're enjoying the ride no matter how rocky it is. This is a decision that is made out of love. Now we have liberation, so you're freeing yourself freeing yourself from the things that bind your braid, cutting the braid, cleansing and detoxing, freeing, purging. This isn't just a physical change. This is a deep spiritual change that you feel almost on a molecular level. Look at the way that you're turning away from this thing that has wrapped itself around your body and almost looks like it funnels through your body and through your organs. You are cutting this deep, deep tie and freeing yourself of these things that lurk in the dark, that have intertwined themselves so deeply in you that they're inside of your living organs. So if you're saying something to yourself like, I'm going to do what I've always wanted to do, I'm going to become an entrepreneur, I'm going to work for myself, you're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from whatever bondage the thought of working for somebody else gives you. I also see something else from this combination here, that you could very well be surrounded, whether it's in a relationship, at work, or with your friendships or family, that are more, how do I put this? People that are your friends because they need somebody to criticize or to hold down to feel better. They are emotional manipulators. They prefer the underdog. When you go around them and you leave their presence, you leave with the question of, did I even feel good about that interaction? I feel like this absolutely. You're freeing yourself from people that only see the darkness, that are critical of you, that say mean things to you, that put you down. Even, they smile while they say something mean, nice, nasty types. Even if they're not directly mean, you feel like they are holding you back in that capacity. Perhaps you're holding on to these people out of a fear of loneliness. And you're learning to stand on your own here in 2020, severing the cord, transforming, saying, I don't need these people if they make me feel bad. If you don't ride with me, if you don't vibe with me, I'm going to do you the favor. And I'm going to cut you out of my life. That is absolutely a gift that I see coming for you in 2020. Butterfly, a change for the better. This metamorphosis. You are becoming new again. Changing something so integral to who you are. Rebirths are painful. Butterflies don't become butterflies overnight. And they don't become butterflies without pain, without seclusion, without cocooning. But this change is for the better. Even if it's not your choice. If a tower moment hits, that's my butterfly moment. I want you to say that as your mantra anytime something bad happens to you in 2020. This is my butterfly moment. This is my butterfly moment. This is the boon. This is the chance that the universe is giving me to change and to detox my life. Bouquet. Okay, so new love, the peacock. So you're being noticed. People are feeling your energy. It's not just a physical change. Again, they can sense that you have lightened. You are liberated. You are more confident. You're not taking any mess from anybody. People can notice this. So you're getting these compliments, these gifts, these flowers. You might have some secret admirers that you are unaware of. Compliments in how you look and how you feel as a presence, not just something physical, but how your presence feels. You will be getting these compliments, these bouquets. And maybe a new love will bring you some flowers to show you that they appreciate you. Apple. Ooh, okay, temptation. Interesting. So I could read this two ways. Some of you will be tempted to go too far too fast, so patience is key. Make sure that the changes that you're making are at the end of the day for your highest good. for your highest purpose, and that you're not taking unnecessary risks in order to see some change in your life. Everything has to be a measured response. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, have an idea of what you want to do before you quit your job. So don't take any unnecessary risks. As tempting as those changes might be, you have to make logical decisions about what your next step is going to be. If this is a new love relationship, you could be tempted in other ways. Let's just leave it at that, in physical ways. So this could be a warning to take it slow, to be safe if you decide to move forward in being physical with somebody, but also this fun temptation, this fun flirtatious energy. Apple obviously could be the physical transformation of eating better, but also with the peacock, with the transformation, you could become the apple of somebody's eye, the apple of your own eye. This could be also a food temptation that you have to say no to, like apple pie, if you want to make a physical transformation in 2020. Just stay the course and you'll see the results. So the fan is next. Romance, celebration, and party. There's this feeling of fire here. I've got Scorpio energy here earlier, and I get this fire energy from this, feeling the flames, fanning the flames. Definitely could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, or you could be one yourself. But you could be getting some romance. If not, you are absolutely celebrating the accomplishments that you're making in 2020. The universe is letting you treat yourself. And the last card that you have is Shield. Okay, defending yourself. I don't see this as a card of panic. I don't see this as you needing to go full hermit or, Four of Pentacles where you're holding on. And I feel like this is more in regards to when you try to make a change. Have you ever noticed that the people in your life are resistant to that change because they don't want to be left behind? So you need to put up a shield, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, that allows you to not mess up. So for example, if you want to go on a diet and you have 5 roommates, do you ever notice how the second that you go on a diet, that's when people around you decide they want to bring cake in your face? Okay, so protect yourself. Make sure that you're not letting other people lead you into temptation that is going to throw you off your course, especially for those people that we talked about earlier that are nice, nasty, that don't actually want to see you change. They want to see you fail. So make sure that you're protecting yourself. Sage yourself if it makes you feel better. Say a prayer of protection for yourself every day before you walk out of the house. And stay strong. Keep your shield up, because when you start transforming and you start becoming this peacock and people start handing you bouquets, there could be a lot of jealousy. You need to keep your shield up. I loved this reading, gift number 1. I hope that all these blessings come to you in 2020. It looks like a lot of positive change here. Of course, these are general readings, but let me know down below if this message resonates with you, if this falls in line with your goals for 2020. If this is where I leave you, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I know there's so many options for you here on YouTube, so I'm grateful that you're here. I'm looking forward to seeing you move forward in the year of 2020. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Alright, if you have picked gift number 2, then this is the reading for the blessings and the gifts that the universe has for you in the year of 2020. Let's get started. So the first card that we have is endurance. How interesting. So in 2020, the universe is gifting you with endurance. Now, obviously, this could be physical endurance if you're hitting the gym up and getting swole in 2020. Maybe you don't feel out of breath every time you go up the stairs because you've been working on your cardio, or you could be building muscle, you could be increasing your endurance physically. But to me, this also speaks of spiritual and mental and emotional endurance, being able to focus on projects longer, being able to having endurance in your mentality of what you do and don't let into your headspace, into your heart space. You might be able to better deflect any negative attention that comes your way, negative thoughts, negative people, negative relationships, these things that are not good for your body. But also, I see you willing to fight harder and longer for the things that you want. Whereas you may have quit on step 5 before, the universe is giving you the endurance to see a project or a goal all the way through. So if you have picked gift number 2, you are increasing your devotion to something. In the year of 2020, the universe is going to give you that devotion, and that makes sense. If your endurance has increased towards something, it's because you love it more, because you want it more. That devotion increases your endurance. You're building these habits. You're building this devotion. If you say, I want love in my life, you have to work for that love. You have to go out. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be kinder. You have to work on your communication. So you are devoting yourself almost like on a religious level to this new thing that you want in your life. You've lit a match and devoted yourself to something, and your endurance will improve because of it. Let's see where this is going. Interesting. So you have the card of the boar. Oh, I love this card. What I get from the boar, first, a stubbornness. Boars are stubborn. So with your endurance and your devotion, you could have decided, okay, there is no way but this way to do what it is that I want to get done in 2020. So there's a certain stubbornness that you're being given in the year of 2020 to stay the course. Also, boars are peaceful creatures unless you disturb them. I get the feeling when I said you lit a match and you got a fire started, the boar represents to me taking that aggressive action towards a goal. So for example, if you've decided to start your own business in 2020 and you have the devotion to really endure the ups and downs of starting a business, the financial costs of starting a business, the emotional toll of leaving your job and starting that business, but also you're getting the confidence, the aggression, that like hustle mentality without maybe running yourself to the ground, right? You are going after this dream almost like an animal, like you're salivating. You are furiously chasing after this thing, ferocious, you know? You are trying to devour this goal. There's a deep fire burning inside of you. I love this energy. It's almost like a competitive energy, but I feel like the person that you're competing with is yourself in a positive way. This could be a scenario. It popped into my head, so I'm going to mention it. If you feel like there is competition, for example, in your work or with a lover, you're working 10 times as harder. You're going to increase your endurance and you're going to blow your coworkers out of the water to get that raise, to get a promotion, to get more responsibilities. And you're not taking any mess from anybody doing it. If you're interested in somebody romantically, and there's more than one person in the equation, and you feel like they have more than one option, you are pursuing this person aggressively. You're like, that is my man, that is my woman. Your devotion is there, and you are almost like aggressive, beating off this competition, and you're going to endure. You're in this struggle for the long haul. Don't hurt anybody, gift number 2. Okay, so the tree. The tree to me represents foundations, familial ties, but it also represents growth, new growth, getting rid of old growth, new growth that is based in a strong foundation. So you could be very aggressively pursuing stability, aggressively pursuing a firm foundation. Oaken Doors is one of my favorite cards out of, what deck is that? I think it's the Witch Tarot or the Ravenswan deck. But oaken doors, oak, this strong wood, this thing that lasts generation to generation. What you are building, even if it's just habits to live a healthier, better life, to have better relationships, if it's entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you are building this endurance for and this devotion to, you are making sure that you do it right. You're planting the firmest of foundations, and you're making sure that you're doing this right, that your foundation can withstand the test of time. And that very much falls in line with the endurance card here. But I also get this tone of patience. The universe is giving you patience. Trees don't grow overnight. They don't have to force their growth. They know, I can take my sustenance from the earth and I will sprout at a natural pace. So again, you have your eye on somebody. Like I said, if there is a situation where there's competition, you could be seeing somebody and saying, no, you're mine. You're destined for me. I know you're my destiny. Nothing will get in the way of me getting to you. But also changing the way, what it is that you think that you could accomplish. You know, seeing is believing. Embracing the Boar mentality, that anything that I see, I can achieve. I am small but mighty. You're also changing the way that you see yourself. You see that you have more strength in you than you thought, more endurance than you thought. And you're seeing a different way to go about achieving the same thing. This could be something that you've thought about for years, and you've decided all of a sudden, this thing that seemed so impossible to me at one point, in 2 seconds, the thing that I was struggling with figuring out the most, I just had a revelation, a light bulb moment, an aha moment, and now I know exactly which route I need to go in order to make that happen. And I am going to stubbornly pursue that with the ferociousness and the devotion required to make it happen. Okay, so we're speaking of the tree earlier, and the Have Patience card. So if this is a love relationship, love is patient and kind, always, is what this card says. Being patient and kind with yourself or just somebody in a relationship, if that's what you're eyeing for, that is a gift that is being given to you. But also, even though you have the endurance to achieve this goal or this person, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Be kind to yourself so that you don't burn out. Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. Ooh, I love that card. So this speaks of community, of family, of friendship. Make sure you're giving what you're getting. If you expect to get something, you need to make sure that you're giving it in return. If you want $1 million, you need to do $1 million worth of work. If you want love in your life, you need to be treating people in a loving manner. And you might need to assemble a village here in order to knock 10 things off of your to-do list so that you could get things done faster. And in order to do that, you need to treat people well. You need to give love to get love. I get this idea too of delegation, making sure that you're not spending all of your time doing things that you're not good at. If you know somebody else is good at graphic design, for example, don't spend 3 months trying to make your own logo in Microsoft Paint, okay? Ask for help. Be open to receiving, but make sure that you're paying that back in kind, even if it's just with your attitude, with your presence, with your aura. So don't be afraid to reach out to people that you know or to your coworkers if you work on a team to say that you need help to accomplish goals in 2020. Receive with love and appreciation. And when you do receive, say a thank you for it. Be grateful for it. Don't step over Peter to get to Paul, because that karma comes around. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. It seems like you are very boosted in regards to confidence this year, in 2020. The universe is giving you the faith. They're giving you the devotion, the faith, the confidence that you need to bore down and to get things done, to endure. So if you've had an idea for a long time and you have doubts on if it's going to work or not, you will have faith this year. Patient faith. And you're going to change the way you speak to yourself. I just heard affirmations, and this is going to work. Say that to yourself over and over and over again. It's not a matter of if something will work, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of what you need to do in order to make it happen. I can do these things. If I break this big goal down into small enough tasks, I can make these things happen. So have faith and change the way that you speak to yourself about what you can and cannot accomplish. Reveal your gifts. Ooh. So in 2020, you will be gifted the ability to show yourself to the world, to show how gifted you are. Whether you are starting an Instagram or a YouTube page, becoming your own boss, working on yourself physically or emotionally, finally getting the relationship that you've been wanting for a long time. The universe is giving you the ability to show your gifts to others. If you are a creative, you especially, this is your time. The time is right now to show the world your work. Stop hiding it in a drawer. You can't become a writer if you don't bring that screenplay or that novel out of your drawer. The universe is going to give you the ability to get this attention. People are going to look at you, like the woman in this card, and just think, gold literally drips from her veins. This person is special. So that is a gift that you will be receiving, and you might not even notice it because this woman is blindfolded. So two things, you could be getting all of this attention, these gilded leaves, without even realizing it, but also that you will remain grounded. You will remain down to earth. You're not going to get egotistical about this. It is just going to seem so naturally seeping out of you, these changes and this newfound confidence that you're bearing down towards. I just got the visual of the Chariot, which you could be a Cancer. You are headed to a certain direction fiercely. Serendipity. So things in 2020, if you have felt that you have hit so many unnecessary or unlucky roadblocks, if you feel even, I just heard this is interesting, I feel cursed, I am cursed. If you've been telling yourself that, I'm cursed, or like things are always harder for you than they are for other people, the universe is gifting you with flow. You are going to feel like water flowing with the universe. Things are happening and unfolding at a rate that I'm not used to, without complication. And that's because you have faith. You're no longer resisting. So the universe is no longer resisting you. You'll be gifted with flow in 2020. What a great card to get in your spread. Feel loved and proud. So perhaps you are working on a relationship that you've been trying to get. You're getting into a relationship that you've been trying to get into for a long time. But this person's eyes might be wandering or somewhere else. They might have multiple options. I feel like regardless of the outcome of any of the endeavors that you choose to embark on in 2020 in regards to this spread, you are going to feel loved, and you are going to be proud of what you accomplish. You're going to be proud of yourself. Even when you feel like you missed the mark slightly on your goals, the sheer fact that you had the courage, the faith to do these things, for taking the action in the face of fear, you are going to be so proud of yourself. And your self-love will exponentially increase because you know you did something that you've wanted to do for such a long time that you were afraid of. You've made this change that you've wanted to make. You've bore down and you have relentlessly pursued something that you are devoted to. So you are going to feel proud regardless of results. The universe will pat you on the back in 2020 and you're going to feel it. You're going to be gifted with this feeling of, I did that. So, like I said, I thought this might be a work spread. You know, somebody trying to start their own business or going back to school, and you have the card of success here. So you could have success in that business, in school, getting straight A's, excelling in your academics, material success. Okay, well, wealth. That answers that. You will be building wealth in 2020. That is a gift from the universe. Ooh, I just heard it's been so hard, and I felt that. If you have been struggling financially in the year of 2019, actually, I feel like this has been a couple of years, 2, 3 years, maybe even 5 years, you are finally going to get that security. This is the year. Have faith, but you have to believe that it's coming. This is yours. Don't let yourself convince yourself that because the past couple of years have been difficult, that can't change. You're putting the action. All you have to do is open your arms and receive the abundance. So have faith, go with the flow, do the work, be devoted. Keep your life in balance. So with this Boar card, like I said before, it's great that you're building endurance, that you have that fire in your belly, that you're going full steam ahead for your goals, for this person, for whatever transformation it is that you're making in 2020. Just make sure that you remain balanced. Self-care is important. Take a day a week, a few hours a week, whatever you can manage to take care of yourself. Do a little face mask. Give yourself a little pedicure. Go on a walk. Read a book. Otherwise, you're going to burn out and you're going to affect your endurance. All of this is tied together. You have to have the perfect alchemy here to make this happen. Work-life balance. Make sure that you're periodically checking in with yourself. Meditate. 5-10 minutes every day to check in with yourself to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're going to keep this pace, girl, you're going to need some rest. You're going to need to treat your body right. You're going to need to take care of yourself. So make sure that you're keeping that balance. Don't dedicate 150% of your time to work. Make sure that you're still spending time with the people in your life. And keep things in perspective and try to keep a balance. So you're not so sucked into what it is that you're doing that it becomes a negative thing and you lose the devotion towards your goal. And the last card for you, gift number 2, is Mountain. There will be a major challenge to overcome. You are climbing the mountain. Change isn't easy, but step by step you can make it up. You have determined, though, that you want to make it to the top of this mountain. You have faith in your goal. The universe has put the right shoes on your feet, and they are clearing a path so that you can go with that flow, and you are going to make it happen. You are the boar. Who knows the mountain better than the boar, right? You are going to be able to get through this. I'm so excited to see how you come out the other side of the mountain, your transformation. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Let me know down in the comments if it does. I thank you so much for watching. I really pray that you get all of these blessings in the year of 2020. Remember to have faith, to stay balanced, and to do the work. If this is where I leave you, I thank you so much for watching. I know that there are so many people that you can watch on YouTube, and I'm grateful that you picked my channel. Have a great 2020. Bye. Hello, if you have picked gift number 3, then this is the reading for what gifts and blessings the universe has for you for the year of 2020. So the first card that you've pulled in regards to what the universe has in store for you in 2020 is the card of intellect. So right off the bat, I get the impression that you are expanding your mind. Maybe you're listening to more podcasts in 2020, listening to watching the news, going back to school, reading more books, watching YouTube videos that are educational. You could be doing an internship or an apprenticeship, management training. You are being gifted a boost in intellect in the year of 2020. The universe is gifting you with sight and mind, not in order to learn things about yourself, about the world, about hobbies, different subject matters, but also about what it is that is right in front of you that you are seeing in your life. Coming at things from a logical place versus an emotional place. Intellect is something that you are being gifted with. You could be going to school for the first time or back to school after a long time, gaining knowledge about a situation in a relationship or at work. You are being gifted this intellect. You've also pulled the card of solitude. Interesting. So perhaps the intellect brings you relief. You've learned something that has liberated you in some sense, that has taken you into a place of solace, into almost like a hermit mode where you have detached from the world to digest what it is that you're learning or what you have learned. This could be something deep and internal about yourself that you have learned that you need to take a moment on, or maybe it is through this seclusion, through a retreat, through a vacation, that you are finding yourself, that you are learning these things about yourself. Or perhaps because you've disconnected from the world and you're seeking this solitude, that has cleared your mind and allowed you to gain this intellect as a result. I get that, I'm not sure why, but I got digital detox in my head. So perhaps you're taking a digital detox. Volcano. So with this combination of cards, I always get the Tower with the volcano. There was an eruption. There was an eruption and a flood, perhaps even violently, of this liquid hot magma, of all these feelings, all this emotion, all this knowledge that has been secrets that have been boiling under the surface. And it has erupted. This tower has fallen, and you've gained some understanding of yourself or your situation because of it. This could be gaining intellect about something in your life that causes a tower moment. And because of that, you are retreating. You're going into hermit mode. For some reason, I see the Four of Swords here. Talking to a therapist, taking some time to reflect, to think things through. Talking to a therapist about volcano life issues in your life could be giving you intellect or knowledge that you need to move forward to heal, to have the best year that you can have in 2020. I do see a lot of mental health here as well in this spread. When we look at the intellect card, her head is in this cloud of smoke. And it almost looks like there's a small volcano in the palm of her hand that is smoking into her head. Huh. I would not be shocked if this is a literal volcano, so there is a little bit of serendipity here. I definitely feel like whether this is a moment that you have orchestrated yourself or is like this tower moment that is completely unexpected, the universe is gifting you this experience that you might find jolting, but it is for the purpose of clearing this smoke from your mind, cleansing you of the things that aren't serving you, and helping you gain the knowledge of yourself, what it is that you want, what it is that you are and are not capable of, what it is that you feel that you deserve, and what you truly desire or need in the world. This volcano is a gift. Those are the best kinds. Hard to go through, but when we come out of them, we realize, wow, that was a really nice gift from the universe. So the next card is the moon. Now, to me, the moon speaks of secrets, darkness, the things that happen in the dark. I keep getting this reference of the dark side of the moon. Now, you could be a Cancer or Pisces, but I feel like this is retreating into darkness or retreating into these secrets, digging them out, making them erupt. And this might cause, and I hate to say it, but this might cause a small spell of sadness or even maybe depression in 2020. But there is a purpose behind this. The moon is dark, but it's also bright. The moon helps us reveal those inner, deeper, darker truths that have been hiding. So perhaps something is revealed to you that causes this eruption, and you go into solitude, but you come out learning something so incredibly valuable that makes this all worthwhile. a big lesson here to be learned in 2020. That is a gift for you. Remember, it is a gift. So perhaps the intellect that you're gaining is that even through the situation, the universe is working on behalf of your greatest good. So for example, if you separate from somebody, if you decide this job is no longer working for me, whatever this volcano moment is in your life, you are learning that this is for your healing. This is for your best good. Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. So I get the feeling here that not only any moment that you go through in 2020, you will have people by your side that will help you through this. Like I said, you could be talking to a therapist, but you have not just these people by your side, but the universe. You're being guided and protected because this is in fact a gift. When tower moments come into our lives, it's not to make us sad. It's not to make life difficult. It's because there are things in our life that we have held on to for so long. And the universe says to you, I've given you ample opportunity to change this, and you don't want to move towards your highest good, so I have to force it upon you at this point. So thinking with your intellect about how this eruption has occurred in your life, the secrets that were revealed because of it, how you might be affected by this, you're remembering to look at this as something that is lovingly happening to you. A moment that you'll come back to in 6 months and you'll say thank you for. I see this gift of healing past hurts here with this young boy and what looks like a father here on this boat, kind of in the past. You could be having a reunion of some sort, even with the holidays recently behind us. You could have had a reunion with a family member that could cause an eruption, some secrets revealed, but it's necessary in order to heal the relationship, in order to heal these wounds from the past. And that is why you have this community around you of support, having conversations that you need to have, saying the secret parts out loud, getting that solitude, getting that healing, and gaining wisdom from the situation. Gaining a sense of security, your self-worth improving, and your self-importance improving as well. This could very much be a family matter. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So yes, in 2020, the universe is going to gift you time to yourself. You could be gifted a retreat or a vacation. You could be heading towards the ocean, spending some time on the beach with this imagery of the whale and the mermaids, the bottom of the ocean. Here as well, we see a ship that's traveling somewhere. You could be going on a cruise. This ship's sails are attached to this woman, and she is moving into this under this beautiful sky into the future. You could be going on a physical journey, traveling, going to a retreat of some sort, traveling to see family members that you haven't seen in a long time, able to now heal a family relationship while you take a vacation. You could also be taking time to yourself to say, you know what, I'm always with these kids. I always have all these responsibilities. You take the kids this week. I need quiet to think, to gain wisdom, to address these volcanoes and these moods in your life. Make peace with your past. Ooh. This very much, to beat the dead horse, situation that involves family. That's what this could be. This imagery of people sitting at a Thanksgiving table or a Christmas table, reconnecting with family and friends that you haven't seen in a long time or talked to. Maybe there was a rift in the relationship, and you're making peace with that. Even if a relationship cannot be fixed, you are making peace with that fact. with why that relationship is in the past. You're being gifted with that peace and that solitude to say it's okay to let go of this now. Releasing this type of stress helps you release these hurts, and that lifts such a burden off of us that it allows us to rest and relax even in our daily lives. Even if nothing changes, even if you don't go on a cruise or somewhere fancy, you already feel like more weight has been taken off of your body because these emotional hurts, you've learned to let them go. X. Be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay, so this could absolutely be somebody that has hurt you in the past, that you have seen for who they are. The volcano has erupted. The secrets are out. You could be healing from this, or actually now gaining the knowledge that they have betrayed you, which causes this tower volcano-like moment. But remember, this is a gift. You will one day, even if it's not right away, you will realize, wow, I am so grateful that this happened, that this snake has been found in the grass. And 2020 will be when this is revealed. If you've got a secret enemy, if somebody's hurting you or betraying you behind your back in some way, even in your workplace, they will be revealed. The universe is pulling the veil in 2020. I don't know why I got this, but I'm going to say it. You tried to expose me, but you exposed yourself. So for whoever that resonates with. Phenomenon. Be still and listen to spirit. So remember, even with all this going on, it's important to take that Four of Swords time. The universe's hand is on your shoulder, guiding you to make the right choices, telling you how to deal with this. Take the time to breathe deeply and to reflect. You know, I get this feeling as well that if you do have a member in your family, for example, or a close friend, because even our friends can be considered family, and you find out that they have betrayed you in some capacity, or they have been saying negative things about you, or, betrayed your trust in some capacity. Because you've taken this moment of solitude, you've restarted the computer, you've shut down, you've been quiet in the stillness, you have been able to listen. And these things through the listening have been revealed. Nobody wants anybody in their midst trying to sabotage them. So this could be the biggest gift of all, is having that person working behind the scenes that is trying to hurt you or sabotage you at some point, and you not realizing it and them being exposed for it. I keep getting that word exposed. A secret perhaps from the past with a friend or a family member. It might cause a momentary disruption, but overall, when you've added everything up and you've sat in the quiet, you're still and you've digested this, you will come out of this situation wiser, healed, and grateful. You will say thank you for that moment. Sometimes things need to break, like fractures in your arm. You gotta break a bone in order to reset it. You need to break things in order for them to heal right. So I mentioned earlier that you could be taking a vacation. And this is the hammock, taking a vacation either physically or mentally. So taking a mental break or physically going somewhere. You could be moving in 2020. That could be the gift that you're getting as a new home. And I had mentioned the beach and the hammock, obviously, somewhere tropical. You could be going on a trip, finally saying, I deserve this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go get my solitude on a beach somewhere. I'm going to book a vacation this year. And that vacation will be so enlightening that you come back ready to deal with any challenges, any secrets, any past hurts, and to resolve them, regardless of outcome, feeling healed by your attempt to make things better. happiness. Great. Great energy. So again, you're happy because this is a gift. Even the bad things you understand are working in your favor. You'll be happy about this change, even if it will sting at first. It will give you overall happiness. And again, the birds, the sun, I mean, are you going to Jamaica or something? What's happening here? Yeah, a chance to go somewhere and recoup and relax. Getting back to the basics. Letting go of the things that don't serve you. Detoxing your life. Of people that are trying to hurt you or sabotage you or are holding you back, don't have your higher interest in mind, that are working behind the scenes to hold you back in some capacity. You're going to be able to let those things go. And because you found this inner solitude, because the situation has bubbled over, and you've healed it, and you've made peace with it, you've acknowledged it, you brought light to the dark with the moon here. Because you have done that, you need rest. You need that to be happy. You can go back to the basics. You might be so content going on a vacation that you decide, I'm moving to Costa Rica where I only need $400 a month to live like a king or a queen and just be a travel blogger or make YouTube videos and not need as much money to live this great life. Getting back to basics. Getting in touch with nature too. So if you are feeling like you need a moment of solitude, the universe might gift you with a lot of time outdoors, hitting a trail, going up to the mountains, going on a camping trip to really reconnect with nature and kind of turn your phone off and get back to basics. Sleeping in a tent, logs over the fire, just getting back to the basics, doing the most with the bare minimum. So the last card that we have is like, so stepping into a new experience. That's funny. As I was going over this quill card and I was talking about stepping into nature, I was going to say that if you go on a trail or a walk and you spend time in nature, to get grounded, actually put your bare feet on the ground. Take your shoes off, as much of a weirdo as it might make you look, at the end of the trail and spend 5 or 10 minutes with your actual bare feet on the ground. So here we have the same imagery of the legs stepping onto nature, stepping into newness, stepping into growth, stepping onto the bare minimum, the basics, the soil. So if you do go out on the trail, just take a moment to take your shoes off. Take your socks off and put your feet into the dirt, into the grass if you go to the park. That way you can reconnect and reground yourself into nature. These are the things that the universe will be gifting you in the year of 2020. Some people might consider this a negative reading. Maybe it's my Scorpio nature, but I know that fire forges people to the point that they're indestructible. In order to transform, the tower needs to fall, death needs to occur. And I feel very strongly that this is a change that you will be grateful for. This will be a great gift, and you might already know what this is. As you're watching this reading, you're saying, yeah, I know what that is. That's a marriage I've been in too long, where my husband is sabotaging me, or my wife is not letting me be the best version of myself, or my boss is a jerk and takes advantage of me. My coworkers are spiteful, and I say enough, and I scream I quit in the middle of the office, and then I go on a vacation before I start my own business. Whatever this is, it's for your highest good, and you're going to be grateful. You're going to be glad that you received this gift. So I hope that this reading resonates in a positive way. I thank you so much for joining me here today. I know you have a lot of options, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. If it resonates, leave me a note down in the comments on what this experience might be for you. It helps the channel, and it helps other people. If this is where I leave you, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, if you have picked gift number 4, then this is the reading on what gifts and blessings the universe will be giving you in 2020. With that said, let's get started. So the first card out is the card of healing. Oh, Temperance energy here. You could be a Sagittarius. 2020, you will be given the gift of healing, of rebirth, of taking things apart and putting them back together in a way that suits you, that helps you heal. If you look at the imagery on this card, this woman has all these things kind of scattered throughout. And the universe I see as these birds that are kind of rearranging the parts for you in a way that fits for what you need and for who you are in the year of 2020. So the universe is delivering you healing. These birds represent a certain type of freedom that you will be receiving because of this healing. So this could be group healing. You could be going to a therapist. You could be going to a community group that specializes in some form of trauma or some type of specific support. For example, if you have anxiety around being people, maybe you've gone on Meetup and you found a group that helps you talk to other people so that you can release that anxiety of being introduced to new people. If you have health issues, you could be talking to somebody like a doctor, getting a second opinion, getting some information on how to heal certain parts of your body. And you'll be gifted with the right person, the right doctor, the right nurse, the right, you're going to be getting solid advice to improve your health in 2020. I get this feeling too that the universe will be gifting you a friend. So if you're lonely, if you've been lonely, you will be gifted a friend in 2020 that will really touch your heart, that will really help you to feel cared for and loved. This could be a friend because of the pet. You could even get a in 2020. You could go rescue an animal, and that will help you heal. Animals by nature are such selfless beings. They love you unconditionally. Regardless if you're having a good day or a bad day, they are just completely selfless animals. So you could be adopting a pet, a rescue, and you're saving their life, but in reality, you don't realize that they're going to save you. If you're older and you are watching this reading, you might be going to a senior community center to interact with people. So that could be a possibility as well. So Spider, interesting. Spider to me resonates with sticky situations. So you could be going to get help and healing in something that you felt stuck with for a very long time. Perhaps in 2020, the universe is gifting you therapy, for example, to heal childhood trauma that has stuck with you for years. Things that have stuck with you for a long time that you know that you need to detach from, but you have been unable to. You've been stuck in the web. That's what the universe is giving you. I also feel like this gift is healing that will stick, that will be long lasting. And it won't just be, oh, this is interesting. I got this image of the Watchmen series. If you've seen that on HBO, I don't know if you have or not, but you'll know that a lot of the themes that it touches on are trauma that happens from generation to generation. So this change, it will not just stick through your lifetime, but it will last through generations. So the trauma that you're fixing in yourself right now, for example, the healing, will benefit your children and your children's children because you're operating at a better frequency once it is healed. How interesting. Because you're going to treat your children better without that trauma. They're going to treat their kids better without that trauma. This is going to make you a better wife, husband, friend, parent, and it will stick for generations. Wow, that's deep. If you're healing your body, for example, you're not going on a binge diet. You're making sustainable life choices. You're making smart decisions. You're not doing quick fixes Or you lose 5 pounds in 3 days, but then you gain 20 pounds of that back. So the lantern is next. The lantern speaks of illumination. It speaks of the rugged outdoors as well, going back to roots, simplifying things in your life. So you could be shining a light to what it is that needs to be healed. A light bulb moment could happen where you say to yourself, you know what? 2020, the universe is going to tap you on the shoulder and say it's time to let this go. This thing right here that I've put in front of the light. And you're ready to do that. You're ready to let that go. The universe is lighting the path for you. It's like the Hermit card. This universe, this intuition, this inner knowing, that is what is guiding you through the dark. And you're getting this healing, this white light of healing, this white light of cleansing, this divine intervention. All this purity into your life. You know, this light is bringing all of this purity to you. It's making all the bugs scatter. This illumination. I also see this if you look at the imagery here in the community card, this circle above this woman's head. This lantern is almost like you healing and radiating this into the world. They look at you and they see you as a beacon of light now. Like you are like a lighthouse that people are drawn to. You have a siren song that you don't even have to sing because they can feel it, you shining so bright. I feel this warmth, like the lantern warmth or like a campfire warmth. Like you feel warm to people. You are like sitting by a fire or holding your hand close to a candle in 2020. There's this cozy warmth that I get from this card. Or maybe that's how you feel, like how you'll feel when you heal, is like this warmth, like the universe is holding you when this happens. So the card of the apple, this has been coming out a lot here and in my personal readings. So the apple to me speaks of like original sin, of healing, that asking for forgiveness. Again, if you're working on your health, then this has to do with healing the body through food, through natural foods. But if you're trying to look for forgiveness of things that you feel were sins in the past, you're finally forgiving yourself. The universe is saying you're ready to let this go. Biting an apple isn't something that you should be punished for your entire life. You're ready to release this now. The universe is giving you that gift. To not only ask for forgiveness, but to actually accept forgiveness. You could be asking somebody in your life for forgiveness, but the universe is making them open to receiving that. And that could be how you're building community. Yeah, I hear this too for the people that are going on a health journey in 2020. That you are trying to heal your gut specifically. Perhaps you have like an autoimmune condition. You are healing the gut. You are trying to eat foods that are like autoimmune foods that are reducing inflammation in the body. Yeah, making yourself lighter as well, physically, by eating better and exercising. Going out into nature to go hiking, to go exercise. That's a gift. Your health, improving your health is a gift from the universe in 2020. Absolutely. Okay, miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. So you're gifted with a feeling of gratitude. That is your frequency. Even when things are tough in 2020, you're going to be grateful for that friction. You're going to be able to say, you know what? I can't get a pay raise and that really frustrates me. But maybe that's a blessing because I don't like this job anyways, and it's time to look somewhere else where I am appreciated, or for me to start an Etsy shop, or drive for Uber so I could be my own boss, or whatever side hustle you like, turning that into a career, some artistic endeavor, creative endeavor, turning that into something that gives you abundance. Without that friction, though, you wouldn't have been pushed to make the change, to get that freedom. So you're going to be grateful in 2020 for the things both good and bad in your life. We have treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. This gratitude and this community that you are being gifted with in 2020, it all blends together so seamlessly. When people come into your life, these friends, these relationships that the universe is gifting you, and they have helped you heal, whether it's a friend, a therapist, a community group, a support group, you are going to be so grateful that it will radiate off of you like a lantern. And you will learn to treasure those people that have touched you deeply. And you will do that in return, in reciprocation. This could be a wounded relationship with a parent, because we have this mother and child here. Or if you had parents that weren't around or were possibly abusive, your community is helping you heal those issues. And you are operating from a place of love and gratitude because of it. Compassion for others. So you're building compassion for others through your own struggles, through learning of your own healing. And if people in a community group or in your friend circle that are helping you heal, that's almost like rubbing off on you. And you're learning, wow, I was never this giving as person XYZ has been. And I need to be as giving because there are people in my life that probably need me to be this compassionate towards them. So you are going to learn to reciprocate that. When we fix those things about us that we know, where there's trauma, where there's pain, when we heal those things, we can't help but look at the world through a lens of love. We have rose-colored glasses on and things feel good. Even when people hurt us, we're able to see them with compassion. So compassion for others is a gift that the universe will give you in 2020. Let love grow. So perhaps this community is a relationship, and you're learning to love this person deeply. You're taking this step by step, and you're letting this love flourish. The imagery on this card is beautiful as well. So even if, let's say, you're healing something with a family member, your connection will grow stronger. You're going to allow love to grow. You're going to be open to patiently receiving that, to let it spread its roots inside of you and to grow naturally how it should. Not trying to force things or control them. You're going to let things flow. Opulent. It's time to lead. You could be taking charge here. In a group example, in a group setting, or at work. Maybe you have an idea that you want a support group of some sort or a community group. Maybe it's time, instead of wishing that there was that group, that you create it yourself. A sewing circle, a group for underwater basket weaving, whatever floats your boat. Just even a group of girls that you guys get together with, where you guys want to be friends. Whatever this is, maybe it's time for you to take the step to be the leader, to be the person that puts this thing together. And the universe has gifted you the courage, the knowledge, the wisdom to do this. And through that, you meet new people, you establish yourself in your community, and that helps you heal a portion of you. We have bread. Okay, so a period of abundance. Making that bread, right? A period of prosperity and abundance. So if this is in regards to a career change, you are absolutely going to be rewarded. In emotional matter, you're going to be full of gratitude, like having a full belly. If this is in fact a health issue, maybe you're cutting bread out of your diet because you know that this bread is holding you back internally. So you could be cutting that back. This too gives me the imagery, because when I think about bread like this in regards to abundance, I think of, I don't know how you grew up, but this makes me think of, I grew up relatively poor, so this makes me think of almost like bread lines, or like standing in line for government cheese, which is something that we did because we were that poor growing up, you know? Maybe you were in a situation where you were financially wanting, and you're raising your prosperity and your abundance in 2020. You're being gifted that financial stability. Somebody that you know is unreliable or insincere. So this absolutely could be what it is that you're healing. Healing a rift with somebody in your community, in your family, the lantern shedding light on who that person is. You could have seen family over the holidays, and you realize these people might not have my best interest at heart, but I'm healed enough to forgive, even when somebody might not deserve it, even when somebody isn't worthy of it, or hasn't done enough to merit it. Releasing that for the sake of your own healing. Bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. So yeah, building bridges that maybe have burned, healing past relationships with family, friendships, people that you haven't seen in a long time. The web of the spider card also reminds me of building this intricate network of a place to rest, a place to set our head down. So you're building these bridges physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can finally lay your head in peace from these relationships that there's friction in. Saying, you know what, let's bury this, let's build a bridge, let's bury the hatchet. Box. Okay, a gift. Well, you will receive a gift, perhaps a physical gift, instead of just the gift of this reading. Somebody could give you money that you were not expecting, jewelry. You could get a bonus. This could be a tax return. A chest of clothes. For some reason, I get this oriental vibe from this. Maybe somebody's gifting you a trip. Silks. So on top of these gifts from the universe, you'll get a physical gift. And the last one is bow. You are highly thought of. So this brings me back to the lantern. When I said that you're radiating in 2020, people notice the healing in you. They look at you thinking, this is somebody that I want to be. I want to emulate them. They've transformed. They have taken pain or strife and burdens in their life, trauma, and they've not only come out of it healed and a better version of themselves than they would have been without this, but also as a leader, as somebody that takes charge, as somebody that shines, that is a vision of light. So you will be highly thought of. People will hold you in high regard, even if these are people that you have excommunicated with. They respect that about you. So okay, that's where I'll leave you with this reading. If it touched you, if it resonated, if the message meant something to you, let me know down in the comments. I hope that all of these blessings come your way in 2020. I wish you so much luck in the new year. Remember to stay positive, keep your faith alive. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. I know that you have a lot of options on which channels you watch here on YouTube, so I thank you for watching mine. I hope you have a great 2020, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye. Okay. If you haven't noticed yet, there is an additional gift on this video. If you felt compelled, for whatever reason, to look at that little timer on the left and you noticed that there was a bonus gift, if you, for some reason, just decided to watch the video all the way through, then this message is meant only for you. So let's see what bonus gifts the universe will be gifting you in 2020. Rebellion. Interesting. Okay, maybe your first act of rebellion was finding that there was a secret gift hidden in this video. Maybe you are a little bit of a rebel. So definitely get this vibe that you're not taking any nonsense from anybody, large and in charge. You're not messing about in 2020. The universe is giving you the courage to be different, to rebel against the way that everybody tells you that you need to live your life, that you need to look, that the way that you need to work, the way that you need to learn. You are in a rebellious spirit in 2020. You are shaking things up. You are a game changer. A firecracker spirit. I like it. The future. Okay. So clearly we're moving into the future. I mean, we're in a new decade. We're in a new year. I feel like this rebellion is setting the stage for something very, very important in your future. It is a natural course for you to rebel against I want to say, I'm getting the imagery of the Hanged Man in my head. So perhaps you've been stuck in a form of suspension, and you're deciding now's the time. There's no more waiting. There's no tomorrow. There's no the next day after that. The future is now. Ooh, I just heard that, and that is powerful. The future is now. I'm cutting my feet down, and I'm shaking this tree up. I'm doing what I want to do now. There's no more waiting. When you've decided to cut your feet down from that piece of wood that is holding you suspended upside down, you will move into the future. And you're going into the future kicking and screaming, but in a good way. I love that energy. Good for you, gift number 5. The toad. Okay. I always see the toad as a transformation that occurs in like a fairy tale setting. A toad being kissed and turning into a prince. You know, you've read the fairy tales, you've seen the Disney movies. There is something that you are going to do. It could even be physical. Maybe you're dyeing your hair pink and you're like getting into punk rock. I don't know. Okay, you're wearing leather pants. I have no idea, but even like plastic surgery. Hey, if that makes you happy, I'm not judging. Do you? But this change you feel like will turn you from a toad into a prince or a princess. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying anybody needs to change themselves physically, but you might want to. You might want to rebel and say, I'm not living the way that I've been living. I've got one life to live, and I'm going to live it the way that I want my body to live. You know, I'm going to live in the body that I've always wanted to live. This could even be like a transition. If you are a part of the LGBTQ community, you could be going, you know, making that physical transition. We have the cauldron, a witch's brew. What are you brewing in 2020? The universe is giving you the cauldron to do it. I always get the imagery of the magician here because you're piling ingredients into this cauldron. Those ingredients are all your tools, all your gifts, and you are making something phenomenal here, something tasting, nourishing, cozy, and this alchemical mix that you are cooking up. So this rebellion, it's going to take multiple components in order to manifest this, but you're being gifted all the tools and all the desire necessary to make this transformation. You are this toad that is willfully jumping into the cauldron. Everything that you need for this recipe, the universe is giving you. You just have to decide that you're ready to mix all of this up and to taste this concoction. I get the feeling too that this rebellion, this change into the future, it's not going to be achieved through traditional means. You might even be, I don't want to say you're practicing witchcraft, but in essence, even something as simple as making a wish on a birthday cake can be considered witchcraft, air quotes, right? So you're looking at things from a different perspective and how to get things done. So you might be saying affirmations. You might be holding on to crystals that you feel clear your energy. You might be saging your space and using these natural tools to kind of get yourself cleansed and to get yourself ready to jump in to the next stage of your life. You're getting extra help, whether it be looking at things from a different perspective, or using different tools for the same job that you might not have been able to complete this goal before, but because of the ingredients, the concoction that you're making, you will have success this time. You could even be watching tarot videos in order to get that guidance to try to manifest and make this happen. Gaining your spiritual knowledge, making a manifestation bowl, creating a money bowl, creating a manifestation practice, turning to witchy arts in order to rebel on how it is that you're going to change your future. I love this. Honesty is essential. So to be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. That could be where this rebellion comes from. You're spitting truth. You're spitting facts. You could have reached this point where enough is enough. And you might not be compelled to be as nice as you can be to communicate this information. The recommendation here is to mind your tongue. Even though you know you might be right, even though you know the truth needs to be delivered, it doesn't have to be delivered harshly. Do it with compassion, with sensitivity, with love. Your word is your bond, so make sure that you have a loving word. This reminds me of the 4 agreements. If you've ever read that book or heard that book on YouTube, there's like videos of the entire audiobook. The 4 agreements, I believe it's called. Speaking with love. This could be being exhausted and rebelling against other people's truth as well. Like if somebody is like, you're lazy, why isn't this house clean? You might pop back and say, well, why haven't you cleaned it? Why is it my job? I work too. Or this, rebelling against what somebody else believes to be the truth. If somebody thinks, oh, you can't start your own business, you're thinking, watch me, right? You're rebelling against what other people believe to be the truth about you. You're going against the grain, against traditional religion, traditional beliefs, traditional family. You are doing things your own way, and you don't care who's comfortable with that. It's rebelling against these paths that don't feel like they are your truth, and exploring your own truth instead of doing what it is that people just expect you to do. Be in the present and dream of the future. The future twice here. When we dream, everything is possible. Yeah, the future, both nestling this cauldron, nestling the tools for manifestations. This is sandwiched between both futures. Nestling the tools for manifestation, the tools that we can use to bring things together into one, to manifest something new, to create something new, the magician-like card. You can manifest the future. The future is of your choosing. What you choose to put in this cauldron is what you choose to live out in the future. So speak truthfully about what you want, because you need the truth in this cauldron. Only true things can go into this cauldron to deliver you the future, to deliver this gift to yourself. So maybe it's time to speak truthfully about what you want and what you deserve in 2020. That is the gift that the universe is giving you, that honesty to rebel and say, you know what? I thought that a corporate job was the thing that I had to do. I had to go and get a $500,000 degree and all this student loan debt. And you know what? This isn't for me. Just realize that. This isn't for me. This is for everybody else. And I've just been doing what is expected instead of what has been true to me. And I'm done with that. I'm ready to rebel and let go. I want to open a plant shop. I want to bake cupcakes for a living. Whatever it is that floats your boat. You're going towards that now. You're rebelling. You are acknowledging your truth. I want to live on a farm and grow my own vegetables and never have to deal with society again. Whatever it is, you're being honest of the contrast between what you have and what you want, and the lies that you have told yourself to keep you from that future. Just make sure that you're conscious of the energy and the thoughts that you're putting into your future. If you come from a position of I can't or this is impossible, that's what you will manifest. That's what you will brew in this cauldron. You have to be conscious of that. And you have to rebel against anybody that tells you that it's not possible, that your dreams are too big, that you've got your head in the sky, that this wasn't made for you. You know, only you know what is meant for you. And the things that are meant for you, no one can take from you, even with nasty words. And look at that. Wow. I mean, what did I just say? It's all in your head. I mean, how much more confirmation do you need? Be careful of your thoughts. Fill your head with thoughts that encourage you to pursue the future that you desire. This is the gift of confidence in your dreams and faith in your dreams. You might say, I'm going to eat this cookie. And the universe, when you get to the cookie, the universe might say, wait a second, you told me you wanted to lose weight. So when you get to the cookie, the universe will make sure that it's expired so that you can't even eat it. Whatever it is that you've got your mind set on, the universe is going to help you do that. But you have to think positively about that. Transform the way that you see. This could absolutely speak to the rebellion. You have a certain way that you have done things your whole life. And you're gifted with new vision in 2020. A whole new world, pulling the blindfold off your eyes and showing you a different way to do this or that, or to love, to make money. Sacrifice. What can you let go of? When we're rebelling, when we're speaking truth, we lose things along the way. Some people can't handle the truth. And the truth is that some people and some things and some habits are no longer meant for us. So if you say the truth is, I don't want to be in this relationship, or I don't want to be working here anymore, or I don't want to go to school anymore, I want to be a doctor, I want to do this, I want to do that, we have to let go of the past when we decide what it is that we want, and we have to let go of the vision of the future that we had before. We have to have a new vision of the future. So decide now, what are you letting go of? You could even be purging your closet, your garage, cupboards in your house that are a mess, reorganizing your home, going full Marie Kondo on your space, but also your body. Are you smoking? I got that for somebody. Some of you are smoking, and you know that you need to stop doing that. Or drinking. You need to cleanse the body. That's the sacrifice. You need to let go of those things. Horse, short journey. So you could be gifted with a vacation of some sort. Very reminiscent to the Chariot. So you could be a Cancer. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Again, just reinforcing that this is all in your head. Stop deluding yourself in your thoughts towards the negative. I mean, if you're going to delude yourself, you should do that towards the things that could positively change your life. Speaking truth to yourself, learning that you need to sacrifice where you need to sacrifice in order to start the journey. Starting the journey by ridding yourself of any self-delusion, telling yourself the truth, rebelling against the protective nature of our psyche that wants to keep you in the same place because it feels like it needs to keep you safe, so that you don't go out and get hurt. Well, if we stay in the same place, we won't feel pain. These are the lies that you're telling yourself. Maybe that's what you're sacrificing. You're sacrificing the lies that you tell yourself in order to feel safe in the short term, even though in the long term, it leaves you empty, not taking steps towards your best life. Maybe you are telling yourself you don't want to get rid of this job or this marriage because this is what you've always known, and your brain just wants to protect you and knows that change is painful and difficult. So it's making you stay stuck so that you don't have to live in that fear. The universe is gifting you the idea that you do not have to fear change. Angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. It's okay. I keep hearing that. It's okay. When you're afraid of something, you need to have a conversation with your brain to say, I understand why you're here, fear. I understand that you are a mechanism that was put into my brain at a primal nature to keep me safe. And this change is scary, and you're doing what you're wired to do to keep me safe. and saying, don't do this, don't change, don't go. But you know what? We've got this. We've got this, and it's okay for us to let go. This is not something that we need to be afraid of anymore. Even if this is you speaking to yourself about this positive change, about this fear that you might have about this positive change, or the universe speaking to you, you are definitely feeling absolutely 100% guided by yourself, by your thoughts, by the universe, by your angels, by the community around you. You are guided and protected. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. Again, like I said earlier, this rebellion could be against somebody that you're in a relationship with. And you could say, I don't like this dynamic. I don't like the way you treat me. I don't like the way that you view how we should interact in a relationship, or what it is that you feel that I deserve. You could be spitting the truth to your partner, saying, I'm growing, I'm not delusional anymore, that this can be fixed or that this can work. I can see now. I can see that this is broken and that it's not going to be fixed. I'm going to take myself somewhere else on my wings, and I'm going to manifest a new future for myself. I know that this new future is something that I have to create. It's not what I'm used to. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to go back to this toad card, because remember what I said in the beginning, that I get this imagery of Prince Charming, of you kissing a toad and it turning into a prince, that fairy tale. Maybe you kissed this toad 1,000,000 times and he never turned into a prince, or she never turned into a princess. Sorry, of course my camera just ran out of battery, so where was I? Let's continue. No matter how many kisses you give this toad, it will never change. I mean, the toad card, the chariot, the horse short journey card, and the honesty card, the rebellion, they all lined up on top of each other on this side of the spread, which I usually see as the past. So you could be leaving this toad in the dust. The truth that you are communicating, the rebellion, the journey that you're about to partake in, is to move away from this toad, from this relationship, somebody that didn't treat you the way that you deserved, or that no longer made you happy. This doesn't just have to be romantic. It could be with family. It could be a work situation, whatever resonates. I just heard in my head, some people never change, and you can't make a zebra change its stripes. Yeah, some people don't transform. Some people refuse to grow, and it's okay to outgrow people. Wish them well, thank them for what they taught you on your journey, and hop along to the next phase of your life. You could be seeing that with new eyes now, that this person's never going to change. They're never going to turn into a prince or a princess. You're on different wavelengths, and you're rebelling against this. You're cutting this person out, this revelation, where you're seeing them with new eyes. You're getting rid of this delusion that they could be a different person, and you're willing to let that person go. So this could be the broken ring. It could be a higher level of commitment, or a business, or whatever that you're letting go of. The last card, Broom. New home, new attitude. So again, cleaning, organizing, right? I gave you that example before. Reorganizing your home, getting rid of clutter, sweeping. But in regards to this toad, maybe you're literally throwing their stuff off the balcony, right? You're saying, your stuff doesn't belong here anymore. It's on the front porch, right? I put it in a storage unit. Here's the key. Go get your things. But either way, that, cleansing your home, making your home a positive space, moving into a new home altogether after the end of a relationship. Remember, these are gifts. Even the bad is a gift. It's the only way to grow. Let me know if this bonus resonates with you. I want to know how many people noticed it. So if you watched the bonus, let me know. Just say, I watched the bonus in the comments down below. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach out to me on my website, wokewitchtarot.com. If this is where I leave you, I hope that all your dreams come true in 2020. I hope that all of these gifts come your way. I will see you in the next video. Bye.